This girl is Kim, a fearless fighter who has already brought even the school's toughest troublemakers to their knees. What they don't realize is that Kim's next school is about to become the setting for the most dangerous battle of her life. Because this time, she'll be dealing with enemies who aren't just interested in fighting. They know how to manipulate people, destroy reputations, and turn an entire school against someone. So let's see how one fearless girl ends up shaking the entire school. The story begins with the school's notorious students celebrating because Kim is being forced to leave. Everyone looks incredibly happy. To them, getting rid of Kim feels like getting rid of a major problem. But then we see Kim standing calmly in front of several students, and the truth comes out. Kim had broken the arm of the leader of a group of bullies. That incident was the final reason she was expelled. The strange thing is, Kim isn't actually a troublemaker. She simply refuses to tolerate injustice. Whenever she sees someone abusing their power or hurting innocent students, she steps in and teaches them a lesson. We also learn that Kim's father is a professional karate instructor. He has trained her since she was a child, which explains why she's so skilled at fighting. Eventually, Kim enrolls in another school. During the admission process, her teacher gives her one strict warning. She must not get involved in any fights. Kim's father calmly explains that his daughter never starts trouble. She only fights when she sees bullies mistreating someone. On their way home, Kim becomes annoyed with her father and asks why he had to explain everything to the teacher. She believes teachers often protect troublesome students instead of the good ones. Her father tries to convince her to control her temper, but before they can continue the conversation, he remembers an important task and leaves. Kim continues walking alone. A little farther from the school, she notices two boys beating up a student named Jong. The reason? Jong refused to help them cheat during an exam. Even while being attacked, Jong keeps telling them that they should study properly instead of relying on cheating to pass. But the bullies don't listen. They continue attacking him as if this is just another normal day. That's when Kim arrives. Instead of immediately stepping in, she quietly starts recording everything on her phone. The two boys notice her and angrily demand that she delete the video. Then two girls step forward, intending to teach Kim a lesson. Unfortunately for them, they have no idea who they're dealing with. Kim quickly grabs one girl's arm and forces her back, then pushes the other away. Their leader steps forward next. He acts confident and warns Kim to stay out of his business because he considers himself a skilled fighter. But his confidence doesn't last long. Kim completely overwhelms him and then deals with the second boy when he tries to interfere. Kim's movements are fast, precise, and controlled, making it obvious that she's not an ordinary student. After teaching the bullies a lesson, Kim simply tells Jong to go home. The next day, Kim officially joins her new school, and to her surprise, Jong is in the same class. Even the two bullies from the previous day are there. The moment they see Kim, they become nervous. Jong is relieved to see her and tries to talk to her, but Kim completely ignores him. After school, Jong approaches her again because he wants to thank her. Kim coldly tells him that if he really wants to thank her, he should stay away from her. She makes it clear that she didn't fight those guys because of him. She simply hates people who bully others. That night, the story shifts to Jong's mother's restaurant. A troublesome customer keeps complaining about the food, refuses to pay, and even pushes Jong's mother around. Jong immediately steps in to protect her, but the customer treats him badly too. We learn that Jong doesn't have a father and that his mother runs the restaurant alone. Despite their difficult situation, people still keep making their lives harder. The next day at school, another girl named Yoon Ha approaches Kim. Yoon Ha is the leader of the two girls Kim confronted earlier, and she's furious. She demands to know why Kim attacked her friends and insists that Kim hand over the phone containing the video. Kim sarcastically asks whether these bullies have nothing better to do than keep coming to her for another lesson. Yoon Ha insults her and accuses her of having no respect for seniors. When Yoon Ha raises her hand to attack, Kim instantly catches her wrist. With one quick move, Kim knocks her off balance and sends her to the ground. Everyone nearby is stunned. No one has ever dared to challenge Yoon Ha like this. Embarrassed and furious, Yoon Ha orders her two friends to grab Kim so she can beat her. But the two girls are already terrified. Instead of helping Yoon Ha, they apologize and run away. Yoon Ha tries to attack Kim again. Kim raises her fist and warns her that she's letting her go only because she's a senior. But if Yoon Ha tries something again, Kim won't show the same mercy. With that, Kim calmly walks away. Jong watches everything from a distance while Yoon Ha stands there, humiliated in front of everyone. Enraged, Yoon Ha immediately goes to two people close to her. Tae, the student council president, and Hae Seong, an old friend of hers. Yoon Ha tells them that a violent junior has arrived at the school and publicly humiliated her. She wants them to teach Kim a lesson. Instead of taking her seriously, the two laugh at her. They tease her for getting beaten by a younger student. Meanwhile, Jong catches up with Kim. He politely begs her to teach him how to fight. He explains that people target him almost every day, and some even go to his mother's restaurant just to cause trouble. He doesn't want to learn martial arts so he can bully others. He simply wants to become strong enough to protect himself and his mother. Hearing this, Kim finally agrees. She takes Jong to her house, where her father runs a professional karate training class. After hearing Jong's situation, Kim's father agrees to accept him as a student. He even jokingly gives Kim a piece of candy as a commission for bringing in a new student. Kim refuses the candy and insists that if she's getting paid for bringing a student, she wants proper payment instead. Soon, Jong's training begins, and it becomes painfully obvious that he is extremely weak. Even basic movements are difficult for him. Compared with the other students, Jong has to work much harder. He pushes himself through intense training every day, eventually becoming so sore that walking the next morning is difficult. He is almost late for school. Kim catches up with him from behind and impatiently tells him to move faster. Meanwhile, back at school, the two bullies from before approach Kim with fake smiles. They tell her that Tae, the student council president, wants to see her. Kim has no idea why. When she arrives, she finds Tae, Hae Seong, and Yoon Ha waiting for her. They question Kim about what happened. During the conversation, it becomes clear that Hae Seong isn't actually a bad person. He has simply been fighting alongside his friends. After hearing Kim's side and realizing that Yoon Ha was the one who started the conflict, Hae Seong decides to end the matter and lets Kim leave. After Kim walks away, Tae and Yoon Ha become angry with Hae Seong for abandoning their plan. Hae Seong explains that Tae is the student council president. If people discover that he's supporting the wrong side, his reputation and position could be destroyed. As time passes, Kim and Jong slowly become friends. One day they are joking around together in class. Tae and Hae Seong happen to walk past them. Tae casually comments that Kim is pretty, but also extremely dangerous. Hae Seong doesn't say much. Instead, he quietly watches Kim. It's obvious that he's beginning to develop feelings for her, although he keeps them hidden. Later, Hae Seong attends a party with his friends. That's where another student named Kong Sik appears. Kong Sik is a friend of Tae who was previously expelled from school because of his violent behavior. But Tae helped him get back in. Hae Seong pulls Tae aside and asks why he brought Kong Sik back when he knows exactly how dangerous he is. Tae's answer reveals his real ambition. He wants more power. He's gathering dangerous people around him because he wants to become part of a powerful gang. Hae Seong strongly disagrees. He doesn't want his friend going down such a dark path. The next day, Tae secretly meets the leader of the gang he wants to join. The leader tells him that even though Tae can fight, joining the gang will require a large amount of money. Tae immediately agrees. After everyone leaves, Tae explains his plan to Kong Sik. They'll target weaker students, intimidate them, take their money, and collect enough cash to pay the gang. Then Tae shows Kong Sik a picture of their first target. It's Jong. Not long afterward, the bullies approach Jong. These are the same students who have always picked on him. For a moment, Jong imagines himself fighting back. In his imagination, he effortlessly takes one of them down and delivers a powerful kick. He is even shocked by his own strength and thinks his training is finally working. But then reality hits. It was all in his head. In reality, Jong is still being beaten by the two bullies. That's when Hae Seong arrives and tries to protect him. But just as Hae Seong begins fighting the attackers, Kong Sik suddenly appears from behind and strikes him. He coldly tells Hae Seong that he hates people who get in his way. Kong Sik then attacks him. As he tries to drag Jong away, Kim suddenly appears. She calmly asks Jong whether he isn't supposed to be at karate class. Kong Sik looks at Kim and smiles. He realizes that she's the girl everyone has been talking about and decides that today he's going to put her in her place. But the moment Kong Sik attacks, Kim stops him. What follows makes one thing very clear. Kong Sik has badly underestimated her. Kim completely dominates the fight. The other students finally realize that Kim isn't just a strong girl. She has trained professionally since childhood and has even won multiple karate tournaments. That's why even someone as aggressive as Kong Sik can't keep up with her. Hae Seong watches in complete shock. He can't believe how powerful Kim actually is. And instead of being frightened, his admiration for her grows even stronger. After Kim defeats Kong Sik, she tells Jong to go home and starts walking away. Hae Seong stops Jong and asks about his relationship with Kim. He also admits that he wants to become a fighter like her. Jong takes him to Kim's father. Kim's father first gives Hae Seong a serious lecture about discipline, responsibility, and the purpose of martial arts. After that, he agrees to let Hae Seong join the class. Hae Seong happily fills out the registration form. While looking around, he notices Kim's medals and photos from her competitions and becomes even more impressed by her achievements. This time, Kim's father jokes about giving Jong a commission for bringing in another student. Soon, both Jong and Hae Seong begin training seriously. They practice together every day and push themselves harder than before. When Kim arrives and sees Hae Seong training there, she's surprised. She asks why he's there and reminds him that he used to hang around with the bad crowd. Hae Seong calmly tells her that he's no longer taking anyone's side, and for the first time, it seems like he genuinely wants to change. Hae Seong tells Kim that he has left his old life behind and now wants to learn karate alongside her and Jong. Kim doesn't say much. Hae Seong has already filled out the registration form and officially become a student, so there's nothing she can do about it. Not long after that, Yoon-ha once again tries to confront Kim. But this time, Hae Seong steps between them and tells Kim to leave. By openly taking Kim's side, Hae Seong makes Yoon-ha furious. She can't understand what has happened to him or why he has suddenly changed so much. Later, Yoon-ha pulls Hae Seong aside and confronts him. She complains that he doesn't answer her calls anymore and doesn't even go to parties with her. She desperately wants to know why he's acting so differently. The truth is that Yoon-ha has feelings for Hae Seong, but Hae Seong has always considered her nothing more than a friend. He firmly tells her that he will never support something he knows is wrong. He also reminds her that they've been friends for 7 years. So if she wants to stay in his life, she should simply remain his friend, because he is no longer part of her gang. With that, he walks away. Yoon-ha is left standing there heartbroken. Meanwhile, Kang-sik starts taking things even further at school. He begins forcing students to hand over money and eventually starts dealing drugs to make even more cash. One day, Jong enters the bathroom and sees several classmates attacking another student. For the first time, he gathers enough courage to step in and help. But despite his training, Jong still can't stop them. He loses again. Feeling disappointed in himself, Jong goes to Kim's father and honestly admits that he still hasn't become the person he wants to be. After hearing him out, Kim's father makes a decision. From that day forward, he will give the students advanced training so that no one will be able to intimidate or overpower them again. He also gives Jong specialized training focused on offensive techniques. As the days pass, Kim, Jong, and Hae Seong train together constantly. Little by little, all three become stronger. Then one day, Kim's father tells them that he has to travel to the countryside for a while. He says goodbye to Kim, Jong, and Hae Seong before leaving. While they're training, Tae continues terrorizing students. He even forces them to steal money from their own homes and bring it to him. One day, while Hae Seong is cleaning up, he first invites Jong to go to the cinema. Then, after gathering enough courage, he asks Kim to join them as well. The three of them go to the movies together. Afterward, they decide to have some fun and visit a gaming arcade. They have a great time there, especially because Jong keeps winning most of the games. Turns out he's actually extremely good at gaming. For the first time, Jong also brings his new friends to his mother's restaurant. He introduces them to his mother, who is genuinely happy. She says that this is the first time Jong has ever brought friends home. She sincerely thanks Kim and Hae Seong for becoming friends with her son. Later that night, Kim and Hae Seong find themselves alone. Kim directly asks him why he suddenly decided to become friends with her and Jong. After all, he wasn't like this before. Hae Seong honestly explains that he used to be a completely different person. He surrounded himself with the wrong people because friendship meant everything to him. He didn't have anyone else in his life, so he simply followed his friends wherever they went. Even though deep down, he never liked the path they were taking. But after meeting Kim and Jong, he realized something important. He wasn't actually a bad person. He wanted to protect people too. That's why he decided to leave his old life behind and stay with people who genuinely cared about others. And for the first time, this new friendship is making him truly happy. Kim listens quietly but doesn't give him an answer. Later that night, she chats with Jong and tells him everything that happened. It's clear that Kim has stronger feelings for Jong than she does for Hae Seong, and Jong has also been interested in Kim from the very beginning. The next day, Tae meets Hae Seong. Tae proudly announces that he has finally managed to join the gang he wanted and has now gained real power. Hae Seong is stunned. But what shocks him even more is learning how Tae collected the money. He has been threatening students and taking money from them. The two friends get into a violent confrontation. They fight each other until Tae finally threatens Hae Seong. He warns him that if he gets in his way again, he'll hurt Kim. That threat pushes Hae Seong over the edge. He angrily warns Tae that if he even touches Kim, he'll regret it. Meanwhile, Tae meets Yoon-ha. He manipulates her by telling her that Hae Seong has started liking Kim and no longer cares about her. He tells Yoon-ha that she should get revenge on Kim. Then Tae gives her some medicine and instructs her to mix it into Kim's tea, so that Kim will lose consciousness. Yoon-ha later invites Kim to meet her under the false excuse of apologizing for her past behavior. When they meet, Yoon-ha acts surprisingly friendly. Kim sincerely accepts her apology and even admits that she was also too cold toward Yoon-ha from the beginning. During their conversation, Yoon-ha hesitantly asks Kim whether she likes Hae Seong. Kim immediately says no. She explains that she only sees Hae Seong as a good friend. Yoon-ha surprised. She finally admits that she likes Hae Seong, but believes he doesn't feel the same way. Sadly, she wonders whether it's because she isn't attractive enough. Kim immediately tells her that's not true. She reassures Yoon-ha that she's beautiful and even says that she and Hae Seong would make a good couple. That completely changes Yoon-ha's perspective. For the first time, she realizes that she has misunderstood Kim. Kim isn't the cruel person she thought she was. Just before Kim can drink the tea, Yoon-ha suddenly knocks the cup away. Kim looks at her in confusion and asks why she did that. But before Yoon-ha can explain, Tae arrives. He angrily slaps Yoon-ha. Then Tae turns his attention toward Kim. Kang-sik grabs Kim from behind while Tae attacks her. The two of them announce that today they're going to teach Kim and her two friends a lesson they'll never forget. Seeing Tae's violent behavior terrifies Yoon-ha. Tae then calls Hae Seong and tells him what's happening. He orders him to come immediately. Hae Seong and Jong become extremely worried and rush to the location. But when they arrive, Kang-sik has already gathered several students and is waiting for them. A huge fight breaks out. Hae Seong immediately takes on multiple attackers and handles them with ease because he already has considerable fighting experience. Jong struggles at first. He can't bring himself to attack and focuses only on protecting himself. But then he lands a powerful strike on one of the attackers. For the first time, Jong realizes something. He's no longer weak. His training has actually changed him. From that moment, Jong starts fighting properly, using the techniques Kim's father taught him. The battle continues for some time. Eventually, Hae Seong manages to defeat Kang-sik. Seeing their leader go down, the remaining students finally give up. But the situation involving Kim is even more dangerous. Tae is preparing to record a humiliating video of Kim and orders her to face the camera. Just then, Hae Seong and Jong arrive and stop him. Tae becomes furious. He smashes a table and threatens to seriously hurt Kim if they call the police. He demands their phones, forcing both of them to hand them over. Then Tae orders Hae Seong to come forward. He forces him to sit down, demands an apology, and starts beating him. Tae repeatedly attacks Hae Seong's leg, leaving him struggling to stand. Kim becomes terrified and starts crying. Jong gathers his courage and tries to fight Tae. But Tae is still far stronger. Jong can't keep up with him. Tae continues attacking him, but even while being beaten, Jong refuses to back down. He taunts Tae, calling him a loser and telling him that he doesn't deserve anyone's respect. Those words make Tae even more furious. He attacks Jong even harder while shouting that he can't understand why nobody respects him. He desperately asks whether everyone has forgotten who he is. After leaving Jong badly hurt, Tae turns around. And that's when he realizes something is wrong. Kim has managed to free herself. Jong had deliberately kept Tae distracted so Kim could escape. Now everything changes. Kim launches a powerful counterattack. She takes Tae down and completely dominates the fight. For the first time, Tae experiences what it's like to be completely helpless against someone else. Kim makes it clear that he will never touch her friends again. She also warns him never to bully another student at school. Jong immediately runs toward Kim. He anxiously asks whether she's okay and whether she was hurt. Kim calmly tells him that perhaps he should be asking himself that question instead. Jong then helps Hae Seong get back on his feet and checks on Kim again. Kim tells both boys to take care of each other because they're both in terrible condition. Hae Seong and Jong support each other as they leave. In the final part of the movie, Yoon-ha and her two friends have completely changed. They even join Kim's father's karate class. Kim's father begins training them, although he also makes them do some unexpected dance exercises, which they surprisingly enjoy. Meanwhile, Kim is seen together with Jong. By the end, Kim chooses Jong as her partner, and the two are genuinely happy together. Hae Seong, meanwhile, helps welcome new students and introduces them to the karate class. After leaving his old life behind, he has finally found something he never had before. A real family and friends who genuinely care about him. And with everyone finding their own place and starting a better chapter of their lives, the movie comes to a warm and satisfying ending. Thanks for watching.